According to the Institute of International Education, more than 750,000 international students have come to the United States primarily for education. Here are some of the stories of some international students that have come to the United States for education and what they had to go through in order to get here.
I go by Ima. I'm from East Africa. I've been in here for 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, have you been a student for all those 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How difficult was the process for you to come to the United States as a student?
Oh, getting the visa?
Yes.
It was quite difficult. I mean, I had to apply like 3 times. For some people, it's kind of easy, maybe one-time thing. Others go to 4 to 5 times, but I had it hard, like 3 times. Yeah.
What were some of the reasons that you had to apply 3 times?
First, it was I was missing a document, right? Then I went back. They didn't tell me how many documents I had to have. So I went back, and I was missing another document. Then I went back, and I don't remember the third time I was coming, but yes, then I got it.
So it's primarily the documentation that made it difficult for you?
Hmm?
Is that right? It was mainly
documentation.
The documentation. Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about maybe your experience with culture shock when you first came to the United States? How difficult it was?
First of all, depending on the place that you're going to, like I'm in BB, so that was culture shock because where I'm from a city, right? And BB, it's kind of country, so it was a surprise for me. Yeah, like it was a ghost town.
Mm-hmm. You're used to
I'm used
life
to
constantly.
I'm used to fast life, and BB is not the case.
What are some of the social stigmatisms?
It's not like what you see in TV, right? Not all American places are like what
just
you see
like
all
not all African
skyscrapers.
places are
Just
what
like
you see.
not all African places are all, people living in huts chasing out lions. Now there's another side of Africa and there's another side of America that people don't see it.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the social stigmatisms maybe that you came across when you first came here? Like what were some assumptions that some people may have had of you?
Of me?
Mm-hmm.
Like
when you first came here?
Yeah, like,
as far as your race, did anybody assume you were a particular religion? Did anybody assume you came from a certain way of life that they were wrong about?
yeah, maybe on the religion part, some people were asking me, hey, are you Muslim? But and I'll be like, hey, the name speaks for itself. Emmanuel, you find that name in the Bible. So why would you ask that question? So most people think maybe Africans are Muslims, but that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. So have you been dealing with any social stigmatisms as far as your race is concerned?
As far as I'm from Africa or just as a black person?
Both.
Maybe. Yeah, there's some incidences where I could see that happening. As employment opportunities, maybe they're not as open to Africans or international students as they are to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways that you felt like employment is more difficult for an international student?
First of all, I would say first priorities are always given to the national students. American students, first of all, and second, I don't know, just for the numbers of times that I tried to apply for the job and didn't get the job, I felt that maybe was the case because some people could be hired, but when I asked for it.
Do you think that had more to do with you being an international student or you being a black male?
Probably both, probably not. Maybe more of international students because, I guess that's the case. I can't explain it more, but, you could see black males getting hired, white getting hired, but not international students. And there are a couple reasons that will give you that wouldn't make so much sense, but, you just have to deal with it.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you feel like students and Americans in general have a misconception of both Africans and international students as a whole?
Students or just worldwide, like all Americans?
Both. We can start with the students aspect of it, then we can go to the community.
As students, I don't know, but as a community, I think Africa is portrayed differently. Like the media is portraying Africa differently, like how I put it in my point of view. It's just like in America, maybe there's a low class of people, high class, middle class, you know, and mostly it's the low class that's out there that people see all the time, you know. So in that point of view, most of the time people think Africa is this poor place, people always hungry, I don't know, naked, running around. Yeah, but that's not true. I mean, I for one, I'm not from a very rich family, or not very poor, but I haven't lived in the thatched houses, you know, the mad houses. My grandparents have never lived in there, so I could say, I mean, that's generations back. And there's some tribes or cultures that they don't want to leave their backgrounds, their roots, just like the Red Indians here, how they dress up, you know. That's the same case for Africans. They don't want to dress up in a Western way. They just want to dress up like they always have been dressing up, like their grandparents, you know. Yeah. So
How much
So I think people should learn first before criticizing, you know, why they dress up like that. Before saying, hey, those guys are poor, you know, blah blah blah.
So do you feel like it's primarily ignorance that causes these kinds of...
I think it's ignorance, and for the fact that in some classes I took, Americans don't have geography knowledge that most of the African countries or Europe countries, they're taught, like they learn of other countries, you know, like you learn about Germany, you learn about Asia, their ways of lives and everything, but it's not the case in America. So everything they learn of other cultures is from the TV, maybe, you know, news. They don't really know what's really going on, what's going on.
Before you came to the United States, did you expect it to be like that?
In some sort of way I did, yeah.
Was it worse than you thought it was going to be?
No. Because I'm in the South right now, and before I came here, they told me, yo, in the South it's bad. It's bad racist, but it's not as bad as, you know, they get it to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, did it upset you when you came here? Like, did you have a period of having to work through some of those emotions when you first came here?
No,
or
I'm not that emotional guy.
You're not that emotional?
I'm not that emotional. I just take things just like that, you know, just like the way they are.
If there was something that you can say to a school, a community, a group of people that you feel like might help them to open their knowledge a little bit, what's something that you feel like you can say?
First of all, Africa is a beautiful place. Try to go visit. Most of the people who have gone there and come back, they like have different perspective of the place. You know, you meet different people, different cultures. There are places you can choose to live. If you want to live with the high class people, there is, you know, buildings, skyscrapers. If you want to meet the, you know, the low class people and live with them and experience what they're experiencing, there is that part too. So, you know, before you judge, try to see the other side. Yeah, understand the people first. Yeah. Mama, I know it.